G'day viewers, welcome back to episode 3 of our restoration project for this unicorn. For this week's episode, we are disassembling this rear roller, so we're going to show you exactly how to do that. We are also going to be stripping back the solid, obviously the deck here. We're going to strip it back, see if there is any cracks, see how straight it is. Good catch. And that's going to do us for this week. Stay tuned.
Let's get into it.
So first things first is we are going to remove these collars, I guess we can call them. So if we go to this side, like the bearing holder, whatever it is, that just slides nice off and easy.
Not always that easy, but yeah.
But it is this time.
Yeah.
Next side is slightly different because it has the key in there. So you might be able to pinch it out, but we can't. So we're just gonna pinch it out with a tool. Use whatever tool you think of.
These are the easiest way because like you sort of pinch it and leverage it. Pulls it off the
that easy. Now hopefully, there we go. Done. Next step is we have to back off the scrub screw, which will loosen up this hole. Again, terminology is not there.
I don't know the exact term.
Lock
collar.
Lock collar. Let's call it a lock collar. Sure, why not? So we're going to loosen that off, and that is on both sides as well. So we are going to do that right now.
It's just gunked up. We'll come out. Just spin it. Try to unscrew it. There you go. There you go.
Love it.
Told ya.
There's one side.
Now to the other side. It's pretty much the same thing. So we're not going to record that part, but you know what to do now. Back it off. Same thing, WD-40, and then it should just slide off.
I'm just trying my best to get this bearing out.
There you go, popped out. Just drop it on the floor, it usually fixes it.
It's good to use your thumb, magical instrument.
So yeah, just gotta obviously separate the bearing from that little bearing housing there.
What do we do if we have a stuck bearing?
Just tap, sometimes you can tap on the vise. No. That's it. It's a stubborn one, isn't it? It's coming. There you go. So you probably shouldn't do that if you're going to reuse the bearing, but we're just going to be chucking them out, so who really cares too much. And that little clip there is what holds it in at the back there, so that keeps like the bearing in the correct position. So make sure you don't lose that. Chuck that at that thing. On to the next part, mate. What's next? Separate it.
Come apart, don't they? They're all free.
Gonna show us how it's done. Oh, look at that. There you go. It's one part of the drum.
Almost like I watched a video 5 minutes ago. Is there any dead animals yet? No.
No, it's actually cool. Look how clean it is in there.
No dead animals? Oh, that's disappointing.
Alright. Nah, it's a pretty tidy machine, this thing.
This has been restoed, so it could have been taken apart.
I doubt it.
You don't reckon?
No, I don't reckon.
I mean, it's not too bad looking. There's all his
Yeah,
samples.
so you got to keep those little paws, don't lose them, and don't paint them. Make sure you don't lose any of them, because I don't think you actually get them, I believe.
Really?
No, they don't make them. So I think you'd think they'd make them, like, it's a pretty easy part. You know what I mean?
Last one. I'm joking.
Jeez.
We have 6. 3 on each side.
That's it. And then that should slide off the top as well, I think.
I reckon these have to come off first.
Oh yeah.
Just guessing. Another grub screw on each side.
Try to keep one of the sides on the actual shaft, and that's so everything keeps centered in the right position. So we're just going to remove one side, just so we can slide it off the actual center of the drum, because obviously this is being a unicorn is a little bit different to other models that just have the 2-piece rollers. This has a 3-piece roller, so it's a little bit different. That's it, we slide that side off.
So we're keeping this attached?
Yep.
Just like
yeah,
so?
we're not gonna remove that. We're gonna keep it there so like I said, we can locate everything.
Center.
Yeah.
2 centers, thanks. Cricket joke. I like cricket here. I like cricket.
They should be able to pull it out, actually.
There's another key.
Another keyway, yep. It is a good idea, guys, to replace all your keys as well when you rebuild it. For a couple bucks, it's worth it. You want to be checking this shaft as well for wear, which just has nothing on it.
That is a nice looking shaft, James. This is not too bad either.
Got a little bit of wear here, but that's nothing, like maybe half a mil.
You didn't even react to my joke.
What's that, sorry?
Nah, don't worry, you missed it.
I was too busy explaining.
Viewers will hear it.
Explain what to look for when they're...
Viewers will hear it.
But yeah, no, it's in like perfect condition, so that shaft doesn't need replacing. Like I said, make sure you're checking this, guys, when you're rebuilding. So this should just pop out, shouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
That's it. So that's it blown to pieces now. So pretty much the next step is, what are we doing next, mate? These have got to come out. This is the hard part.
Is it?
Yeah, everyone says this is the hard part. Getting these out without breaking them. So
that's your job then, because I'm not being responsible for that.
We'll
I did the easy part. You can do the hard part.
Alright guys, so after trying to separate, well, this one here, we'll find it quite difficult, so we actually use a bit of steel bar, which you can see the bend in it now. Massive warp in it. So we've actually used a steel bar and a puller, which is a method that we found on Scott Bonnar restoration files. Yeah, we weren't having any luck, so I've decided rather than risking potentially breaking this chariot wheel, I think it's called, we're just going to leave it and we're going to rebuild it without pulling it apart. Is there really any point to separating this? I don't know if it really is, to be honest. Maybe so you can paint inside and clean it all up.
If someone can explain it to us,
yeah,
it'd be greatly appreciated.
What the actual part is like, yeah, what's the actual point of it? I don't really know. So it all looks pretty clean, so there's a bit of rust in that in there, but we might spray some, like maybe some fish oil or something in there, just to stop it from further rusting.
It's good for your joints.
Yeah. Might do some of that, clean it up with there's a spider in there. Clean it up with compressed air and maybe spray some oil in there just to protect it. And I think then we're just going to repaint all this part and repaint the back, and then repaint, well, I don't know if we're going to repaint this or what are we going to do with it yet, or we're going to actually put a sleeve on it. But yeah, we'll work that out later. But for now, we're just going to leave it as it is. All right guys, so jumping onto the deck now, we'll obviously pull the roller apart as best as we can. Now we're going to jump onto the deck and check the deck for cracks and how straight it is. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to remove this so it's not affecting our ability to check how straight the deck is. So keep that, don't lose that, because that's, yeah,
one of one.
To a resto. And there's the original colour again. So what are we going to do now? We're going to check it for straightness. So first off, I know my bench is flat, so I've made it myself. I know it's flat, and the deck's pretty flat too.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, look at that, it's pretty good. You can use a level as well potentially to check it for you haven't got a bench like this to work off.
I can't see any daylight under there.
So you can just go like that. And we've got a level over here, it's pretty good size. I mean, yeah, there's no rock in that. Well, like I said, we've had decks before on a 14 sol, for example. When I've been using them up front lately, the deck had like over that level there, had like a 6mm bow gap there in the center. That's a massive bow. This is perfectly straight. So we know the deck's good. Now we just need to check it for cracks. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to grab a grinder out, and we are going to strip down all this section here. back to bare metal, because where they crack tend to crack from where the threads are on the actual deck. That's the stress point. That's where all the vibrations happen with the motor and stuff like that. So it cracks there. That's the weak point. So we're going to strip this back here and across here, and we're actually going to check it. I think we're going to be okay. Like I can see bare metal here, and there's no cracks there.
That's alright.
I think we're going to be okay. But you never know till, like I said, you strip it back to bare metal. So
there could be some fine cracks.
Yeah, and you know what? If there is, we'll strengthen this up. It is a solid deck, but you know, we'll still strengthen it up. We'll put a bit of steel in here. We'll weld some steel in. Bit of that 3mm steel you saw before. We'll weld some of that in here.
Are you going to do that regardless, or only if it's cracked?
Look, mate, if it hasn't cracked now, I think it'll be okay. It is a solid deck, so I mean, if you've got a twin rail, I'll definitely be doing it. I'll definitely be welding in some steel across here and strengthening the rails. But with a solid deck, if it's fine, probably don't need to. But we might even do it just for the purpose of the video anyway, to show you how to do it. So, a bit of fun. I like welding, so yeah, we'll do it. Why not? But it's good enough to inspect it and actually see if there's any cracks in it, which there isn't any cracks. You sort of look side on with the light, usually.
Can't see anything.
No. Nothing there. You're about to tell, you can actually feel them with your fingernails sometimes too. No.
Found a crack.
Nice, right? Yeah, so that's it. That's how you check it, guys. That's in perfect condition. So,
lucky you.
If it's going to crack, it's going to crack around those bolts there. You always see them, so you'll see like little cracks sort of branch out.
Well, my crack was like straight up.
Oh yeah, but it went straight through the mounting hole. Was yeah.
Better
So it went through right there, and it also went out sideways. It went everywhere. Yeah, and you could feel them with your fingernails. So
the last part that we're up to is cleaning everything. So everything is fully disassembled now. You can possibly see it.
Blown apart on the bench.
Blown apart on the bench. We want to clean everything really well before we go and get everything that we need to get sandblasted. So what we do is we use a mixture of kerosene here and water. So we dilute it.
There's no real dilution, right? We just chuck it in and there you sort of work it out.
Yeah, once it starts smelling good, that's when you know you're in business. Obviously in a big tub, whatever you want to do, whatever you have.
You buy as a budding guys, these tubs are awesome. They're just like actually, that's the top of tub layer. They're about what, 10 bucks, 15 bucks for this size tub. Very durable, you can store your parts in it. You can use it to clean. Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying
is the detail of a tub.
It's fucking grouse.
Tub's a tub.
Yeah.
There you go. What we recommend is a parts brush. What sets this part apart is the soft bristles. So obviously you're going to be cleaning stuff. You don't want to cause any scratches, that type of stuff. So a nice soft bristle parts brush. You can also use one of these metal small brushes. These come in a 3-pack with a couple different ones. Yeah, stubborn areas they can get into.
Just don't use that on your wheel bearing holders and stuff.
Yeah. A more delicate part, don't use the metal ones, but obviously
use our soft ones. Yeah.
Soft bristle. Say that 5 times. That's pretty much it. That's going to do it for this week's episode. You can see behind me, everything is disassembled here. Next step is we are going to get everything sandblasted. What we have to do in the meantime is find everything and make a parts list and start purchasing everything that we need, because as soon as it's come back from the sandblaster, we're setting up our little spray booth that we have in here to start painting.
The sticky tent.
Our wives call it the sticky tent for some reason. Who knows why?
You'll find out.
But after all the parts are back, that's what we have to do. We have to start painting. Lastly, before the video ends, make sure you head over to our Instagram page, because we are doing a giveaway. It is still going to be live for the next few days when you're seeing this. So we're going to do it Instagram live on Thursday the 9th. We don't have a time yet, sometime in the afternoon, but that's the plan. So make sure you head over there to enter the giveaway. There's a post, you'll see it. Follow the few steps that we have there. Other than that, that's it. Cheers, lads.
See you next week.
Peace.